Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine, if you will, a world where the stories you love aren't just, confined to the pages of a book,
Right.
but they exist as vibrant, living realities just a step away. What if the characters who have captured your imagination, whether you've adored them or, loved to passionately critique their decisions, what if they were flesh and blood
Mm-hmm.
and you could literally step into their world?
Okay.
And now push that boundary even further.
Yeah.
What if the very author who wove those tales
Yeah.
could cross over from their reality into yours?
Whoa.
It sounds like the most fantastical fan fiction brought to life, doesn't it? The ultimate blurring of fiction and reality.
It absolutely does, and that's precisely the kind of mind-bending, utterly captivating scenario our listener shared with us for this deep dive. This isn't just a story. It's a stack of personal notes, week-by-week chronicles, and first-hand accounts that weave together the wonderfully mundane with the truly magically extraordinary. Our mission today is to dive headfirst into a narrative where a fledgling book club becomes so much more than a literary discussion group.
So much more.
It transforms into a conduit for interdimensional travel, a crucible for personal growth, and a source of the most unexpected, heartwarming connections imaginable.
Wow.
It's a story that truly makes us question the very boundaries of reality, and how easily they can blur when magic and heart are involved.
They are indeed plunging into the chronicles of a burgeoning book club in a world called Emain Ablach, alongside the deeply personal reflections of a bard named Lou, and an incredible, detailed first-hand account of a journey into a human world thriller novel. This deep dive has it all. Genuine humor, a rich vein of fantasy, underlying real-world issues like community and justice.
Yeah, definitely.
And some seriously aha moments about the transformative power of stories and the profound impact of community. You're about to hear about a group of friends who completely redefine what it means to engage with a book.
Oh, completely.
Taking the concept of literary immersion to a literal, magical extreme.
And you're going to discover so much more than just plot points. We'll explore a unique and powerful form of magic known as bibliomancy, how it works, its immense responsibilities, and its surprising limitations, too.
Right.
You'll witness how a community, grappling with its own struggles, transforms through the courage and leadership of its members. And you'll hear about the truly surprising encounters that unfold when the lines between fiction and reality don't just blur. They're entirely delightfully and sometimes awkwardly erased.
Definitely awkwardly.
We'll delve into how personal histories, creative endeavors, and even the simple shared act of reading a book together can open up entirely new worlds, not just metaphorically, but quite literally.
Literally.
This deep dive is a vibrant testament to how knowledge, shared experience, and, well, a dash of magic can truly change everything, often in ways no one could predict.
So let's kick things off right at the very beginning of this remarkable story with what we're calling the unexpected invitation. A book club is born, and it starts, as many great community endeavors do, with a classic move. A friendly, albeit determined, ambush.
An ambush. Love it.
Right. We find Rose, who is central to our story, along with Lou, Salome, and Lily, all trying their best to persuade Sparky, the decidedly grumpy owner of the local bookstore, to participate in their nascent book club. Sparky, let's just say, is less than thrilled at this proposition.
Understatement.
He lets out this theatrical groan, muttering, "Fine, fine, as long as you all ambushed and I don't have to deal with it."
Classic Sparky.
It's that wonderfully relatable resistance we all encounter when trying to organize a group activity, isn't it? The initial pushback against commitment, even when deep down they might actually want to join in.
It absolutely is. And what's truly fascinating here, right from the outset, is the group dynamic already at play. Rose, with her characteristic eagerness, immediately offers to take on all the heavy lifting, saying, "Come on, Sparky, a book club could really be fun. I'll do all the work." Lou, as Rose's girlfriend, naturally chimes in with supportive affirmations. "Yeah, Sparky, it'll be great."
Of course.
But Salome, ever the sharp and observant one, playfully calls her out, a grin in her voice. "Lou, you're her girlfriend. You have to say that."
Exactly.
This playful coercion, the banter, and the underlying affection among them, it's a brilliant setup for the entire deep dive. It shows a community already comfortable enough to tease each other, but also hints at Sparky's specific, almost curmudgeonly role within their group when he's clearly trying to maintain.
And he really tries to maintain it, doesn't he? when Rose pushes a bit too much, probably with that spark in her eyes that suggests she won't take no for an answer.
Yeah, you can picture it.
He reminds her with a mock stern tone, "Yes, Rose, must I remind you who owns this place?"
Pulling rank.
But Rose, quick-witted and undeterred, turns his authority right back on him. She quips, "You do, Sparky. That's why you're buying the wine."
Oh, nice move.
So, despite his initial theatrical protests and declarations of non-involvement, he concedes, but on his own terms. He pronounces himself the wine provider, definitely not part of this book club.
Perfect. The essential non-member member.
It's a classic example of group dynamics, where even the most reluctant member gets roped in, but manages to negotiate a specific, albeit vital role.
Yeah.
For you, the listener, it's that relatable humor of trying to get friends on board for something, even when they're dragging their feet, only to find them completely indispensable once they've agreed.
It genuinely is. This initial interaction quickly sets the foundation for the book club, establishing it as a nascent community gathering that, despite the underlying magical reality of Amain Ablosh, feels quite ordinary in its social rhythms.
Pretty normal, yeah.
Once Sparky's reluctant agreement is secured, the next logical step is to pick the first genre.
Right.
They write down a few options: horror, romance, thriller, and mystery.
The big ones.
Sparky, embracing his role as the disinterested participant, seemingly randomly pulls thriller from a hat.
Just like that.
This seemingly simple, almost arbitrary act of selection has profound and far-reaching implications, dictating the initial direction of their magical adventures in ways none of them could have foreseen.
Totally.
Rose, we learn, had romance down as her personal preference, while another member, presumably Lou, was eager for a fast-paced thriller.
And this really highlights how a small, almost arbitrary decision, a slip of paper from a hat, can unexpectedly set the course for everything that follows.
Oh!
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
How dramatically different would this deep dive have been if they'd picked romance with its potential for heartwarming journeys, or horror, which, wow, could have led them into truly terrifying scenarios.
Imagine horror with bibliomancy. Yikes.
Right. The choice of thriller immediately injects an element of suspense, high stakes, and fast-paced action, perfectly aligning with the extraordinary events that are about to unfold.
It's almost as if fate, or perhaps even Sparky's own subtle, unacknowledged influence, played a hand here, guiding them toward an adventure uniquely suited to their group.
That thought naturally leads us right into Rose's truly intriguing book pick for their first meeting. She selected a specific thriller, explaining that it was set in the human world.
Okay.
And crucially, has a huge Easter egg with actual ties to Lily.
Ooh, okay. Now that's interesting.
This immediately piques our curiosity, and yours, about what this Easter egg could possibly be. What is an Easter egg in this context, in their magical world of Amain Abloch?
Right, not just a hidden message.
And how is Lily, a character we know is very much from their fantastical world, connected to a seemingly mundane human world thriller? It creates this wonderful sense of anticipation and mystery right from the start.
It's a great hook.
A hook that pulls us deeper into the narrative.
Absolutely. And Salome's response to the idea of an Easter egg is just pure gold, adding a perfect, lighthearted touch of humor to this unfolding mystery.
It's hilarious.
While also inadvertently highlighting the precise nature of these Easter eggs within this story's unique lore. She asks, with genuine innocence, maybe an Easter is one of those giant reptiles, dinosaurs, I think they were called.
Oh, that's her heart. Dinosaurs.
This innocent misunderstanding, contrasting her more traditional natural world thinking with the more abstract literary concept, perfectly sets up the deeper explanation we'll get later. It's a brilliant way to hint that the term Easter egg in their world isn't just a simple literary device or a hidden reference. It's something much more profound, more literal, and indeed magical.
For you, the listener, this is the classic hidden detail trope. But here, it's about to become incredibly, astonishingly literal.
Precisely. And speaking of expanding their community, Rose, always thoughtful, immediately extends the invitation to Juliet and Ivy to join their new book club.
Good move.
Her method of inviting Juliet is particularly telling and offers our first glimpse into the practical application of her unique magic.
Yeah, how does she do it?
She gives Juliet a physical copy of the book, stating, "That counts as bibliomancy, right? Passing a solid object from our world to hers."
Whoa. Okay, so bibliomancy isn't just going into books.
Exactly. It's about manipulating the connection between realities through literary objects. This simple act demonstrates Rose's thoughtful integration of her magical training into everyday life, and her active, conscious role in building and expanding her circle of friends and her community. It shows us that even powerful magic, like bibliomancy, can be used for something as fundamental and heartwarming as extending an invitation.
Bridging worlds and friendships. Literally.
You got it.
It's a beautiful transition, actually, from the playful, relatable setting up of the book club right into the serious implications and responsibilities of Rose's magical practice.
Yeah, the tone shifts here.
So let's shift gears now and dive deep into power and purpose, Rose's bibliomancy apprenticeship. We quickly learn that Rose's intense motivation for her bibliomancy training isn't merely about acquiring fascinating new spells or, expanding her magical repertoire.
No, it's much heavier than that.
Her driving force is very explicit, almost desperate. If it'll keep me out of Oberon's hands and jail, I'm all for it.
Oof. Oberon in jail. That raises the stakes immediately.
This single statement immediately peels back a layer of her world, hinting at a darker, more dangerous backstory, revealing the existence of powerful, potentially malevolent forces like Oberon.
Right.
And the very real threat of severe consequences, even imprisonment within Emain Ablach. There's a palpable sense of urgency, almost a sword hanging over her head, driving your every magical study.
Indeed, this isn't just academic study. It's a matter of survival, agency, and avoiding a dire fate. Sparky, her astute and experienced mentor, isn't simply teaching her the mechanics of spells.
No, it's more than that.
He's imparting a profound philosophy of power, responsibility, and self-preservation. He explicitly advises her that it's always better to deal from a place of power, emphasizing that she needs to become quite powerful, an asset to the king.
An asset to the king. Interesting phrasing.
Right. This suggests that true, formidable power offers not just influence, but also protection, even from the highest authorities in Emain Ablach.
Okay.
He then stresses a truly profound concept. Her agency and the ultimate power she wields in your world, referring to the world she creates within books.
Her own stories.
Exactly. Where she is, unequivocally, a god there, even if she chooses to grant its residents free will.
Wow. A god who grants free will.
This isn't just about magic. It's a core philosophical discussion about the ethics of creation, control, and sovereignty.
It truly is. Sparky's counsel is incredibly nuanced, far beyond simple spellcasting instruction. He's preparing her for more than just magical prowess. He's preparing her for, a leadership role, perhaps even a political one, within the complex power structures of Emain Ablach.
Seems like it.
He tells her to get so powerful that no one, even a king, can do anything to you, which speaks volumes about the political landscape and the potential dangers she faces.
Yeah, that's a heavy statement.
And the idea that she is a god in her created world, yet still chooses to grant its inhabitants free will. That's a concept with immense philosophical weight.
Definitely.
It forces you, the listener, to consider the ethics of authorship and creation in the most literal sense, the moral responsibilities of a creator, whether in writing stories or in shaping communities or even entire realities.
And this profound advice is tempered by a stern warning about a potential second violation.
Ooh, what's that about?
We don't get details, but it hangs there. And there's a specific restriction on Lu, stating, Lu can co-write with anyone in the world except for bibliomancers.
Huh, why?
Again, unclear, but this brief yet heavy mention suggests a past incident, perhaps a misuse of power or a dangerous entanglement, and high stakes for Rose's continued training and adherence to Sparky's rules.
It's a tantalizing hint at a deeper, unresolved history.
It certainly deepens the narrative, adding layers of urgency, moral complexity, and past intrigue to Rose's journey. Following this philosophical grounding, Sparky then commends Rose for her handling of her first task, dealing with Salome's tormentors, the two men who abused her at the church.
Right, that awful situation.
He specifically praises the restraint shown, despite the severity of the act and the ultimate consequence for one of the men.
What was the consequence again?
Well, Rose reveals a touch of human compassion and even regret, admitting, I almost regret making that toad a toad for life.
Whoa. She turned into a toad. Permanently.
Apparently so. But this is where it gets ethically complex. It shows her immense power doesn't numb her to the consequences. It highlights her evolving moral compass.
Right. And Sparky, ever the pragmatist and moral guide, clarifies the ethical dilemma surrounding her actions perfectly. He explains that the man had agency, you gave him the choice.
How so?
Rose's magic offered a path to redemption, a chance to confess to his wife and avoid the permanent transformation. But the man chose to lie, taking the coward's way out, to avoid facing his wife and daughter.
So the choice was his. Lie and become a toad, or confess and remain human.
Exactly. This exchange is pivotal, highlighting Rose's evolving understanding of justice, responsibility, and the profound consequences of her power. She further reveals her deeper motivations for asking about the wife, explaining that she wanted to check for complicity or to see if the man might have children of his own that he preyed on.
Wow, okay. So she was looking deeper.
This unflinching scrutiny shows Rose's deep-seated sense of justice and her fierce protective instincts, which are clearly a driving force behind her intense desire to master bibliomancy.
It's a nuanced look at punitive justice versus restorative justice and the immense weight of moral choices, even when wielding something as potent as magic.
It truly is. This detailed account of Rose's intervention reveals so much about her character, her anger at injustice, her capacity for mercy despite the permanence of her magic, and her rapidly evolving understanding of power and its ethical deployment.
It's a significant, if morally complex, step in her apprenticeship. From these serious magical lessons and their philosophical implications, we now transition to a more immediate and profoundly positive impact of their collective actions on the wider community.
So let's move into From Barn to Books, Juliet's transformation and the community's new vision. Rose, fresh from her intensive bibliomancy lesson and still contemplating the weight of her power, decides to use her spells in a lighter, yet still very personal way.
How so?
She activates her Locate, Juliet, and then Travel 2 spells, expecting a straightforward visit.
Uh-oh. I sense shenanigans.
What follows is this hilariously, wonderfully awkward encounter. She walks in on Juliet and Ivy, who are very much making love in a barn.
Oh my God. Midday barn rendezvous?
Leading to Rose's mortified reaction. Oh God, it's the middle of the day. What are you two doing? No, don't answer that.
Oh, poor Rose. The sheer discomfort must have been intense.
It's a brilliant moment of levity, expertly placed, that perfectly balances the heavier, more philosophical themes we've just discussed about power and justice.
Definitely needed that.
Ivy, completely unfazed and radiating her usual cheerful demeanor, simply greets Rose with, "Good afternoon, ma'am. It's lovely to see you."
So casual.
Rose, still flustered and trying to regain her composure, quickly adds, "Thank you, Ivy, but I'm just seeing a little too much of each of you."
Fair point.
Juliet, with her characteristic wit and lack of inhibition, teases Rose about her own past, playfully recalling, "That's rich coming from the girl who used to beg me to let Damon ravish me so she could watch. Now she gets embarrassed watching two women making love."
Oh, dropping dimes on Rose. This is great.
This candid exchange not only highlights Juliet's uninhibited nature, but also adds a wonderfully personal, human touch to these magical characters, reminding us that even in Amain Ablash, daily life comes with its own brand of awkward social encounters.
Absolutely. And it somehow gets even funnier.
Yeah.
After Rose, thoroughly embarrassed, steps outside to give them some semblance of privacy, Juliet emerges not just with a huge contented smile, but holding a sausage in her hand.
Sausage? What?
Rose, bewildered and still reeling from the earlier interruption, asks, "Juliet, why do you have a sausage in your hand?" Only to be informed, with a casual shrug, that it's a pleasure stone.
Oh dear, not a sausage.
Rose's reaction is priceless. She drops it with an exclamatory, "Oh, I know what a pleasure stone is for. Why did you hand it to me?"
Ha ha ha. Oh, the secondhand embarrassment is real.
It's a classic comedic beat that perfectly grounds these magical folks in a relatable, human way. It shows that even with interdimensional travel and powerful bibliomancy, everyday awkwardness and misunderstandings are still very much a part of life.
For you, the listener, it's a delightful reminder that even in fantastical worlds, personal moments of humor and embarrassment abound, making these characters incredibly real.
This lightheartedness quickly and quite seamlessly gives way to a truly impactful display of community leadership and decisive action.
Right, back to business.
Juliet, a force of nature when motivated, takes immediate action regarding the church connected to Salome's previous traumatic ordeal.
The place where those men were.
Exactly. She mobilized the villagers, fostering a powerful sense of collective empowerment to close the church, declaring unequivocally that it would be transformed into a schoolhouse where kids can learn to read and do their math.
Wow. Just like that. How did she manage it?
What's truly remarkable is how she achieved this swift and complete transformation. She didn't just ask. She called the remaining church board members and informed them, rather than requested, that the village decided that we didn't need a church, we needed a school, and if they had any objections, the road to next village is right there.
Whoa. Take it or leave it. That's bold.
Her conviction and the collective will of the village were undeniable.
She certainly didn't mince words, did she? And she had a secret weapon, a strategically deployed threat that sealed the deal.
Oh, what was that?
She hinted at investigations into all the members of the church if they dared to object or delay.
Ooh, smart. Leverage.
This shrewd negotiation tactic worked like a charm, and the 6 remaining board members, clearly sensing the writing on the wall and the potential for public scandal, immediately voted to shutter the church, handing the keys over to Juliet.
Fantastic.
Now, the town carpenters are actively engaged in turning pews into desks, transforming a symbol of past corruption into a beacon of learning and opportunity.
That's amazing.
And Juliet herself is stepping up to be the very first schoolteacher.
Good for her.
It's a fantastic, inspiring example of community empowerment, turning a place tainted by abuse into a vibrant place of hope and education. It demonstrates Juliet's powerful initiative, her sharp critical thinking, and the immediate, profoundly positive impact of their collective actions.
It absolutely does, and it leaves you, the listener, wondering about the full scope of Juliet's influence and the deep, unwavering trust the villagers clearly place in her.
Yeah.
It also raises questions about what those hinted investigations might reveal about the past abuses that took place. This powerful moment then naturally leads to a more nuanced discussion within the group. As Rose gently corrects Juliet's somewhat negative view of Sebastian, the man who initially spoke up about Salome's plight, albeit for completely the wrong reasons.
Ah, right. He wasn't exactly noble about it.
No, but Rose explains to Juliet that if he hadn't spoken up, albeit for completely the wrong reasons, Salome would still be under the thumb of those 2 scum.
This adds a crucial layer of complexity to the narrative, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes good can originate from the most unexpected and even flawed sources.
Exactly. Things aren't always black and white.
It encourages you, the listener, to think beyond simple judgments and to appreciate the intricate nuances of human action and its unintended consequences. It's a profound lesson in looking at the full picture, acknowledging that even imperfect contributions can be catalysts for positive change.
It truly is. And this discussion naturally brings us back to the burgeoning book club. Rose, seeing the positive changes Juliet has enacted, extends the invitation to Juliet and Ivy.
Makes sense.
Mentioning, with a knowing wink, that Sparky is graciously paying for the wine.
Ah, the essential wine provider.
Ivy, unfortunately, can't make it due to her commitment to a darts league.
Darts lead, okay.
But Juliet is, as expected, absolutely enthusiastic. Her response, delivered with characteristic gusto, "A night with women drinking wine, how can we not enjoy that?" reinforces the positive, empowering, and supportive atmosphere this book club is already cultivating.
It sounds like it's becoming more than just reading.
Definitely. It's more than just a social gathering. It's rapidly becoming a hub for change, connection, and deep-seated friendship.
Now, let's step away from the immediate happenings in the village and venture into the bard's perspective. Love, loyalty, and life on the edge. Through the eyes and heart of Lou, Rose's beloved girlfriend.
Okay, Lou's view. This should be interesting.
Her inner world is a fascinating, poignant contrast to Rose's often outward confidence and powerful magical pursuits. Lou reflects on missing her daily intimate walks with Rose, but cherishes their evenings together, which more than made up for the lost walks. She also admits to a secret, tender jealousy of Rose's closeness with Juliet.
Ugh, really?
Acknowledging, with an almost aching honesty, not that I'd let Rose know that. I want her to have friends like Juliet. I want her to have the best of everything.
Wow, that's incredibly touching and honest.
This is such a deeply personal and incredibly relatable segment, isn't it? It's a testament to the quiet complexities of love and partnership.
It truly is. This glimpse into Lou's inner world reveals her vulnerability, her profound and unwavering love for Rose, and her internal struggle with insecurity, even as she wholeheartedly supports Rose's burgeoning success and growing power.
Yeah.
It makes her a wonderfully complex and deeply relatable character. She expresses genuine concern about Rose's rapidly growing power as a bibliomancer, noting Sparky's belief that Rose might become one of the most powerful bibliomancers in Emain Ebelech.
That's got to be intimidating for a partner.
Right. This weighs heavily on Lou, who explicitly states, "I need to work hard to remain worthy of her. I can't even imagine my life anymore without her in it."
Oh, Lou. That's heartbreaking.
This poignant reflection explores the universal experience of love, partnership, and the quiet anxieties that can often accompany a partner's burgeoning success. The fear of being left behind or not measuring up. It humanizes the grand magical narrative beautifully.
It's a beautiful, raw insight into her character, isn't it? To see that depth of feeling and loyalty. And then, contrasting with that intimate reflection, we get a vivid glimpse into the often gritty rhythms of a bard's daily life.
Okay, the day job.
Lou describes her experiences performing in a bustling tavern, constantly receiving requests for Lily's song.
Ah, the hit single.
This song, a clear crowd pleaser and apparently very popular, presents you with a unique challenge. How to manage the multitude of eager, often inebriated, requests without losing her voice or her sanity.
Been there, musically speaking. What's her trick?
She's incredibly resourceful, developing clever tactics like declaring it her opening and closing number.
Smart.
Or playfully claiming she just played that 10 minutes ago to slow down the relentless demands.
The classic stall tactic.
This provides a wonderfully specific, lively slice of life, showing us the quick thinking and sheer resilience required of a performer in their world.
It definitely adds a vital layer of realism and groundedness to the fantasy setting. Lou's life isn't just about crafting and performing beautiful music. It's also about navigating the often turbulent waters of a tavern environment.
Right?
Replete with very inebriated patrons who sometimes get aggressive.
Oh, boy.
She describes her honed self-defense strategy with a casual confidence that belies its effectiveness. She can catch the hand coming at me, twist the arm, and...
She can handle herself.
But in one particular incident, when an acquaintance of an already drunk patron came charging at her, she had to change tactics quickly.
What happened?
With incredible agility, she swung drunk one around and pushed him headfirst into drink number 2, taking them both out of the fight simultaneously.
Holy cow. That's some action movie stuff.
Talk about quick thinking and street smarts. This incident powerfully highlights Lou's physical capabilities and her impressive resilience, challenging any preconceived stereotypes you might have about a bard simply being a soft-spoken musician.
Definitely not just strumming a lute.
The bartender, a loyal ally, then intervenes with a blackjack in hand, further showcasing the camaraderie and solidarity among the tavern staff.
Good backup.
The first drunk, clearly not learning his lesson, tried to come back swinging, only to be knocked hard on the head by the bartender.
Ouch.
While his smarter, less concussed friend wisely decided to make a hasty retreat.
Smart move.
It's a surprising, action-packed anecdote that vividly reveals Lou's strength, her sharp reflexes, and her ability to handle herself in a tough situation.
It truly fleshes out her character beyond just being Rose's girlfriend, showing a vibrant, capable, and multifaceted individual.
It absolutely does, adding a gritty, realistic, and frankly awesome element to her life. Despite all this, Lou is still looking forward to the book club meeting.
Back to the book club.
Eagerly anticipating reading the thriller with Rose and finally finding out what an Easter egg is.
Oh, still curious about the Easter egg.
This poignant detail, coming after such a vivid account of her daily struggles and triumphs, beautifully builds excitement for the central event of the deep dive.
Yeah.
It reiterates that fundamental theme of discovery, both personal and magical, that underpins their entire journey. It sets the perfect stage for the actual book club meeting and their literal journey into the story.
And now, for what we've all been waiting for. Stepping through the page, the first immersive book club.
Here we go.
Rose is a fascinating mix of excitement and palpable nervousness, confessing, I've never carried more than one person through the doorways I create in a book, and this is my first time entering another author's story.
That's a lot of pressure. Safety first.
Her primary concern, above all else, is for everyone's safety, followed closely by ensuring they have the maximum amount of fun.
Good priorities.
She establishes a strict, non-negotiable rule right away. We can't interact with the main characters as the story unfolds, otherwise we'd be altering the narrative, so we'll be on the sidelines observing.
The prime directive of bibliomancy.
Pretty much. This immediately establishes the magical mechanics of bibliomancy for this particular application. But, more importantly, lays down the crucial ethical boundaries they must adhere to.
It truly underlines the immense responsibility Rose feels. Interacting directly with the narrative, especially one not of her own creation, could have unforeseen and potentially disastrous consequences.
Unravel the whole story.
Unraveling not just the story, but perhaps even the fabric of reality itself. This strict rule transforms the experience for the book club members into an immersive, live-action play. Rose describes it perfectly, saying, it was like watching a play. We couldn't go on the bus, but just seeing the action unfold from outside was enough.
This analogy helps us, the listener, grasp the thrilling yet controlled nature of their literary adventure. It allows for a visceral engagement with the story without tampering with its integrity.
And what a truly cinematic journey it proves to be.
Where do they go first?
The book club members, Rose, Lou, Juliet, Lily, and Salome don their Earth-appropriate clothes, and Rose, with a surge of bibliomantic energy, ports them to sunny Sicily to observe the very first interactions between Paula, the protagonist, and McCracken, the male lead.
Wow. From bookstore to Sicily. Imagine the sensation of stepping from a cozy bookstore into the vibrant, sun-drenched streets of Sicily.
Exactly. They watch, mesmerized, as Paula and McCracken interact at a lively bar. Their next jump takes them to a smarkly different scene. The infamous octogenarians having sex in Central Park.
Oh God, that scene. How do they observe that?
A moment they observe through the blurred lens of a kid videoing them on a phone, a truly modern and hilariously awkward window into the human world.
Okay, that's uniquely voyeuristic.
Then it's a dizzying leap to Washington, D.C., watching Paula, with incredible agility, climb a building, all from a discreet, almost ghost-like distance.
Like watching stunts live.
The sheer sensory overload, the rapid shifts in environment and emotional tone must have been overwhelming and exhilarating.
It's incredible to imagine, isn't it? The sheer audacity and magic of it all. Their journey then takes a darker, more somber turn.
Where to next?
Rose ports them to a quiet park in Portland, a place now tragically marked by death. Here they observe the aftermath of X's murder, catching interactions by a solemn fountain, its waters reflecting the grim mood.
Oh, that's heavy.
Rose notes with a quiet sadness that clearly resonates with her own protective instincts. Poor X, she was barely older than Salome.
You can almost feel Rose's protective instincts stirring, seeing a life so brutally cut short, a stark reminder of the thriller's stakes and a poignant connection to their own world's struggles.
Yeah. Next, they find themselves in a chic Chicago hotel, witnessing a pivotal scene where Paula kisses McCracken for the first time.
Ooh, the kiss scene.
A strategic move to throw off a fellow agent. McCracken, true to form, rescinded as expected by kissing her back and squeezing her ass.
Ah, McCracken, always squeezing.
The group, observing this, must have had quite a reaction to the complex interplay of professional cunning and undeniable chemistry.
I bet.
They then follow Paula to an airport bathroom for a daring smoke bomb escape, where she ingeniously uses Mad Maggie's credit card.
Ding, ding, ding. There it is. Mad Maggie's card.
A detail that, for us, is a crucial early clue. Finally, their journey culminates at Heathrow Airport, witnessing Paula and Henry switching places, a clever maneuver designed to sneak Paula into the country undetected.
Wow, they saw all the key moments.
Each jump is not just a plot point. It's a vivid, visceral experience of the story unfolding around them, with the Big Club members exchanging whispered observations, gasps, and perhaps even some knowing looks.
It truly is like watching a movie, but you're literally inside the movie, with all your senses engaged and the characters moving around you.
Incredible. However, this incredible, thrilling journey takes an unexpected and rather abrupt turn.
Oh, what happens?
Rose makes a sudden, decisive decision to port everyone immediately back to the safety of the bookstore.
Why? What did she see?
Her reasoning. She saw a woman watching me at the hospital during their last jump at Heathrow, and that woman started towards me.
Whoa. Someone saw her, but they're supposed to be invisible observers.
Exactly. This creates immediate suspense, a sudden jolt of danger, and a huge cliffhanger. Who was this woman? How could she see them, given the strict observational rules of bibliomancy?
It raises the stakes significantly and introduces a new, deeply unsettling layer of mystery to their interdimensional travels. Had they broken a rule, or was this an unforeseen consequence of their powerful magic?
It certainly does, completely shifting the tone from exhilarating adventure to immediate apprehension. This pivotal, almost alarming moment leads directly to the most surprising encounter of all.
Okay.
The very thing that makes this deep dive so uniquely compelling. It's the point where the greatest boundary of all is crossed.
Don't leave me hanging.
So let's talk about fiction meets reality, an author's journey across worlds.
Yes.
Rose, ever the protective leader, immediately confronts the woman she saw, who has inexplicably followed them across dimensions.
She followed them back. How?
Asking point blank, "Are you the author?"
Yeah.
The woman, looking utterly bewildered and disoriented, confirms, yes, introducing herself as Paula Talbert.
No way. The actual author?
The actual author. Her disorientation is immediate, stark, and, quite frankly, hilarious. She's utterly confused about Trump asking the orange guy.
Huh. Okay. Time displacement confusion.
And completely mistakes Mayne Blatch for New Jersey, demanding New Jersey. How did I get to New Jersey?
Oh, Paula. Definitely not New Jersey.
She even suspects she's been drugged, believing her reality has been utterly shattered. It's the ultimate mind-bending worlds collide moment, isn't it?
Absolutely. The creator is now in the world that inspired her creation unknowingly.
The very creator of the thriller world they just visited is now physically present in their world, utterly disoriented and completely out of her depth.
It's a fantastic sequence that masterfully blends high-stakes magic with a very human, very relatable brand of humor stemming from genuine shock. The author, who just meticulously crafted this complex thriller narrative, is now a fish completely out of water.
Totally.
Bewildered in the very world that, unbeknownst to her, inspired a crucial detail in her own story. Imagine, for a moment, meeting your absolute favorite author, only for them to appear confused and asking if they've been drugged right there in your living room.
That would be something.
This profound confusion serves to ground the magical elements in a very human, very visceral reaction, emphasizing the sheer unreality of her situation. It also makes you wonder about the ripple effects of such a dramatic, uninvited crossing.
And then comes the big reveal, the long-awaited moment where the Easter egg is finally unpacked.
Yes. Tell me about Mad Maggie.
Paula Talbert, still processing the shock of her new surroundings, begins to explain her connection to Maggie. She recounts that when she was just 13, she worked for Maddie in a charming bookshop in New York City.
Okay, so Maggie was on Earth, in NYC.
Apparently. Her payment for this work wasn't cash, but books, a form of currency deeply appreciated by an aspiring author.
Nice.
And, crucially, Maggie gave her a credit card. A card Paula still has, never used it, I keep it for good luck.
The exact card from the book.
Rose, hearing this, immediately makes the connection, her face lighting up with understanding. That's an Easter egg, she confirms, explaining to Paula and the others that only someone who knows about Maggie would put that in a story.
This is a truly delightful blend of fantasy and what we might call real-world inspiration, revealing the deep, unexpected interconnectedness of these distinct worlds.
That's amazing.
Maggie, a beloved character and powerful figure from their world, Mayne Blatch, had at some point apparently crossed over to Earth and subtly influenced Paula Talbert, the author, during her formative years.
It's a wonderful moment of discovery, connecting the dots in a way that's both surprising and immensely satisfying, making the very fabric of their realities feel richer and more intertwined.
This revelation also provides a poignant moment for Salome. Remembering her earlier humorous misunderstanding about Easter?
The dinosaurs, right.
Right. She now corrects herself, stating, no, it's one of their crazy religions.
And Salome's reflection on religion, coming from her specific past experiences, is quite poignant and adds a layer of raw emotion to this surreal moment.
What does she say?
She adds, her voice carrying the weight of past trauma, if I never hear anything about a religion again, I'll be happy. I'm sorry, Miss Author. We don't even know your name.
Oh, wow. That's heavy, but so honest.
This candid, heartfelt statement instantly highlights Salome's journey of healing and the lingering impact of her previous ordeal, reminding us of the serious backstory that underpins many of the deep dive's later moments. It beautifully showcases the group's sensitivity and acceptance, demonstrating that this book club is not just about magical adventures, but also about providing a safe, supportive space for healing and personal growth. It's a powerful moment of vulnerability and community solidarity.
It really gives incredible depth to her character and reinforces the transformative impact of the community that has gathered around her. The blurring of lines between fiction and reality continues almost casually with the werewolf reveal.
Oh, yeah. What happens now?
As the book club members, Rose, Juliet, Lily, Salome, and Lou, introduce themselves to the bewildered Paula, Juliet, with her characteristic bluntness and complete lack of pretense.
Knowing Juliet.
Matter-of-factly outs Lou as a werewolf.
She just blurts it out.
Yeah.
To the confused author from another dimension.
Yep. Rose, always conscious of the impact of such revelations, gently rebukes her. But Juliet, ever pragmatic, defends herself, saying, what's the difference? Paula's going back to her world. It's not like she's going to go running all over Wildwood shouting the bard's a werewolf.
I mean, she has a point. But still. Paula's utter surprise, a genuine gasp of astonishment, sharply contrasts with the casual acceptance of the supernatural in Rose's world.
Right. Welcome to Mayne Blatch, where the bard is a werewolf.
Really highlighting the vast difference between their realities. Paula is clearly astonished that characters like Juliet and Salome are real live persons, further blurring the lines between fiction and reality, not just for her, but for us, the listeners as well.
It effortlessly introduces yet another fantastical element, werewolves, and shows how seamlessly and casually the supernatural is integrated into Rose's everyday life, while for Paula, it's a complete jaw-dropping shock to her rational human world sensibilities.
It's a fantastic moment of cultural and ontological clash.
It's a great moment of stark contrast. This also leads to a crucial clarification about the nature and limitations of bibliomancy itself.
Okay.
Salome, still grappling with her new understanding of magic, asks Rose if she can tell the future from a book, a common magical trope found in many fantasy narratives.
Yeah, like scrying in pages, can't she?
Yeah. Rose's reply is incredibly insightful and reveals much about her personal philosophy. No, Salome, I can't, and I really don't think I'd want to.
Why not?
She says, I have nothing to hope for, and I would just be sitting there waiting for the next bad thing to happen. Fortune-telling is not for me.
Wow. Okay. This statement not only clarifies the specific capabilities and, more importantly, the limitations of Rose's bibliomancy, but it also delves deeply into a profound philosophical stance on free will versus a predetermined fate.
Exactly.
Rose explicitly states her preference for the uncertainty of life, the inherent hope it offers, and the agency to shape one's own future, rather than the bleak prospect of knowing an unchangeable fate.
It challenges common magical tropes that often equate power with omniscience, offering a more nuanced, character-driven perspective on foresight. For Rose, the joy is in the journey, the mystery of what's next, and the strength to face it, rather than simply knowing the ending.
It really speaks to her core values.
It's a significant point about personal agency, the value of hope, and living actively in the present, even with immense power at your fingertips. With the author, Paula, now fully present, albeit still a bit bewildered, and becoming more integrated into their group, the conversation naturally turns to her work, her characters, and the exciting future possibilities that this cross-dimensional encounter has opened up.
So let's explore bridging worlds, feedback, friendship, and future portals. Lou, ever the avid reader and deeply invested in stories, asks Paula a very direct question about a potential sequel and, more specifically, about the future of Paula and McCracken's relationship.
It's a million-dollar question.
But Paula, seizing this unprecedented opportunity for direct reader feedback, has a crucial question for the group. Did they find McCracken sexist or creepy, always squeezing Paula's ass?
Whoa, turning the tables, asking the readers directly, that's amazing.
This is a fantastic meta-commentary on authorship, character development, and the often unpredictable nature of reader interpretation. It's rare for an author to get such immediate, visceral feedback.
Absolutely. It showcases the very real and often surprising impact of reader feedback on an author's creative process, especially when those readers have literally stepped into your story.
So what did they say? Was he creepy?
While Lily and Salome, however, come to McCracken's defense, offering nuanced perspectives, Lily, thoughtfully, points out the scene on the bus where he expertly fixes a flash drive for Paula, demonstrating a different side to his character.
Okay, showing competence.
She then adds quite astutely, by the end of the book, I thought Paula started enjoying the ass squeezes. Did I misread that?
Ooh, spicy take. Did she enjoy it?
Salome, drawing on her own, very real experiences with problematic men, states, with conviction, I really wouldn't put McCracken in that category. He seemed almost devoted to Paula.
Interesting. So different reads based on their own experiences.
Exactly. It's a wonderfully nuanced discussion on a potentially problematic character, showing how different lived experiences and interpretations can shape one's perception of a fictional personality.
This segment truly makes you, the listener, feel involved in the creative process, showcasing how art is received and how audience perspective can genuinely reshape a story.
Right.
Paula, clearly influenced by their thoughtful insights and differing viewpoints, reconsiders her initial plans to write him out of a potential sequel and give Paula a new love interest.
Wow, they saved McCracken.
Instead, she muses, I'll have to rethink the whole outline. It's a wonderful, almost miraculous example of collaborative storytelling across dimensions, where the author gains a richer understanding of her own creations through the eyes of her unexpected living readers.
It truly is a remarkable convergence of creative minds. And the practicalities of interworld travel then take on a delightfully playful, almost entrepreneurial twist with the Muffin Portal.
The Muffin Portal. Okay, I need to hear this.
Paula, captivated by the idea of Lily's bakery, expresses a strong desire to visit it. Lily, ever the innovator and businesswoman,
She's got ideas.
proposes a unique solution. Using leave this muffin, a magical product from her bakery that doubles as a portal conduit to transport Paula from Earth.
You use a muffin to travel between worlds.
Apparently. They decide to test it on the spot. Paula, following Lily's instructions, calls upon a little blue demon who, surprisingly, is quite obliging.
A helpful little blue demon.
Opening a portal from the hospital near Heathrow directly to Lily's bustling bakery in Main Ablach. Paula, with a basket of muffins in hand, steps through this temporary gateway.
This introduces yet another fascinating magical mechanism and a more whimsical way for interworld travel to occur. A muffin portal.
It's a playful yet incredibly practical solution to a magical problem, linking the wonderfully mundane, a delicious muffin, with the truly extraordinary, a demon-opened portal.
It shows the incredible flexibility and inherent creativity of magic in their world, and how it can be ingeniously integrated into everyday commerce and social exchange. It's a brilliant fusion of the fantastic and the functional.
It's a delightful invention that opens up so many possibilities. After this successful muffin-based test, they move to establish a more permanent, stable link between their worlds. The locker exchange.
Okay, something more reliable than demons and muffins.
Seems like it. Rose, having picked up Paula at the bakery, brings her back to the hospital, and together they set up a set of lockers we could use to pass books and muffins back and forth.
Like a dimensional dead drop. That's clever.
Rose promises to leave next week's book there, ensuring the book club's continuity. Paula, clearly inspired by the possibilities, immediately has another brilliant idea. To write I have a bottle of wine into their shared world so they can enjoy it during their next meeting.
She's going to use bibliomancy principles herself now. Or just write it on a note.
It seems like she's catching on to the idea that writing things can make them real between the worlds, at least via the lockers. This establishes a practical, ongoing, and delightfully reciprocal method for communication and exchange between worlds, suggesting a continuing, deepening relationship between the author and the book club. It highlights not just creative problem-solving in the face of magical complexities, but also the enduring power of friendship and shared pleasures.
Like wine and muffins.
Paula, clearly thrilled and embracing her new role as a cross-dimensional collaborator, exclaims, "Fantastic, I will write us a couple of very expensive bottles of wine. I'm so glad I met you all."
It's a truly beautiful moment of cross-world friendship blossoming.
And with that, Rose and Lou, reflecting on the day's astonishing events, declare the first immersive book club meeting an unequivocal success.
Despite the unexpected guest.
Maybe because of the unexpected guest. Paula, now a full-fledged and enthusiastic member, asks with genuine eagerness, "Will we be going into a book every week?"
And the answer is...
Rose, with a smile that speaks volumes about the incredible adventure they've just shared, confirms, "Sure, if everybody wants to, and it's not too dangerous, like Moor Zone or something."
Sensible limitations.
This brings this segment of our deep dive to a truly satisfying close, solidifying the new friendships, the extraordinary bonds, and setting up immense anticipation for future interdimensional adventures for this unique history-making book club. The possibilities, as we've seen, are literally endless.
What an utterly incredible journey we've embarked upon today. We've witnessed firsthand how a simple idea, a nascent book club, transformed into a literal portal between dimensions, bringing an author face-to-face with her own characters and weaving together vibrant threads of magic, community building, and profound personal healing. It's a testament to the unforeseen magic that can arise when people gather around a shared passion.
We've truly unpacked so much. The rigorous and ethically complex training of a bibliomancer, the inspiring story of a community reclaiming its power and redefining its spaces, the quiet universal anxieties of love and partnership in the face of burgeoning success, and the exhilarating experience of literally stepping into the pages of a thriller. This entire narrative is a powerful testament to the transformative power of stories, not just to entertain us, but to connect us, to challenge our perceptions, and quite literally to create new realities.
This deep dive leaves us with a truly provocative thought, something for you, our listener, to mull over long after our conversation ends. If stories, whether written or lived, can be so profoundly powerful that they literally bridge worlds, shaping and connecting realities, what unrecognized power do the stories you tell, the narratives you consume, and the communities you actively build hold in shaping your own reality and the world around you?
That's a big question. Perhaps in every book you open, in every conversation you share, and in every community you embrace, there's a doorway, a hidden portal waiting to be found, offering not just escape, but discovery, connection, and profound transformation.